This is how we make the moonshine.
Man, this is sweet. Needs a little work, but I think this could be freaking super cool.
In Franklin County, Virginia, Josh needs a place to stay. So Henry and Kenny decide to kill two birds with one stone by moving Josh into a century-old farmhouse, which will become the control center for a new still site.
Man, this is nice right here.
Check inside out.
Heck yeah. Needs a little work, but damn.
You didn't think you were gonna get a Taj Mahal, did you? Josh, he's been having a rough time lately, and he was telling me he needed a place to live. Well, I got a place that some people just moved out of. Got your bathroom right there, big old kitchen. Not only is it pretty good for Josh, it is some of the best well water that anybody's ever seen. And I think we can work this in and get Josh in that house and maybe make a little bit of liquor there. And right here's where we're planning on putting the steel site, right down the foot of the hill. The whole key to it is getting everything in there to start with. We'll have to drive that down. Now, our water, fuel, electricity, we've got to have lines buried back up here to this building. Run it, pump it, look up here, cycle after cycle after cycle. No more running in and out with the truck. We will stay secluded, nobody will find it. That's the key.
Not as much of a trail going to it.
None at all.
Yeah, I got you.
You can drive in here, you can fly in here, and you see nothing.
Well, I'm dying to see where we're gonna set it
Let's
at.
check it out. We'll be able to operate everything from that house. Josh is living here, watching everything. If anybody comes down to the farm, we'll know everything going on. We'll be able to keep a close eye on it.
Nice and thick down here, I know that.
All right, that's what we're looking for, Hoss. Big cedars.
Perfect. It's a good spot right here.
It'll be far enough away, we won't be able to smell anything, won't hear anything. So we don't have anything but the thumper down here and a cooling box and never have a track down here.
No, won't nothing be seen.
Nothing be seen. And again, you got to rent the place in your name, put the power in your name. The only downside to that is, if it come, you're going to jail. You know that. But you got a place to live. Power is coming from the house, which is in his name, going to the steel site. There's no defense against that. If the law comes, Brother Josh is going to jail. So when we're done with this bill, that's just the beginning. We've got a lot of work to do. We've got to lay pipe. We've got to run oil lines. We've got to run electric lines. We've got a lot of work ahead of us. Jacob, what's up, brother?
All right, fellas, how's it going? I see y'all don't need me to build nothing.
We don't fool around, Hoss, you know
Yeah,
that.
y'all done built Josh's little house right here already?
Yeah.
He gonna live in that? I've been gone for a few days, and they built an addition onto this house, and they actually did a very good job on this. It don't look like y'all did too bad.
We got the extension finished on the house. So we're gonna take the turning plow, we're gonna dig a trench all the way down to steel site. We'll have our water line down there, we'll have electric line.
Fuel line.
Fuel line, all in the same ditch. You know, this site here is different from most sites we set up. There's a lot of preparation just to get it to where we can make liquor. We could have ran that pipe down the hill and just left it on top of the ground, but you've taken a chance of getting caught. If you get everything laid in there the way it's supposed to be done, you will stay there a lot longer.
We'll be able to just push that dirt right back over it.
Right back over it.
About as far as we gonna get with your tractor, ain't it, Henry?
Yes, it is.
Getting time to get something in this thing now, ain't
That's what
it?
I'm talking about. Let's do it.
That's a big line right yonder.
That's what I'm talking about.
All right. I'm gonna start digging this trench out.
We've done dug all that out down through there with a tractor, but we're gonna do this last little part by hand. We're gonna do it by hand because we don't know if there's any underground pipes, septic tank lines, or any electrical lines around here we don't know about.
Don't you think that's gonna work out good like
Gonna
that?
work real good.
Be able to just kind of
You want
flop it
fold
back.
it on back?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's where you're doing good, man.
Let's get this thing over in there.
That's gonna be beautiful.
There we go. All right. In this trench we dug, we're putting in 1.25 inch line, electric line, and fuel line in it, and we're gonna cover it up. All we gotta do is just flip all the grass back over, and it's like it never even happened. Now that we've got everything run from the house down to the steel site that we need, it's time to get this steel site built.
We're gonna do a double worm up with Josh.
Yeah.
A double branch worm?
Yes, sir.
That's right, double branch worm.
Oh, well, I ain't never seen a double branch worm. Hell, the only one I've ever seen is a single one we did. That was hard enough. I reckon if anybody can do it, it'll be us, right?
We can do it.
I'm all for that. Normally, we would just get gravity water, flow it right over into our worm, and cool it that way. But we'd have to go about a half mile up the creek and dam it up there. So we're gonna use a branch worm on this steel site. We just dig a hole in the creek, put this branch worm in it, and let the natural flow of the water slowly cool this liquor. And it's gonna make some darn good stuff. Where you wanna set these pots at?
Across here. That way we can put the thumper maybe right along here. We're gonna butt them in like this right here.
All right.
We're gonna fire it from one end. We're gonna need one burner, 2 caps, run both at the same time, and just one thumper.
All right. Well, we'll do what we gotta do. This thing is not gonna be laid out like any other steel sight we've ever done. We're using an oil burner, so we're gonna make one long furnace. Then we're just gonna fire one burner down through it and run both of them at one time. That means we're using the same amount of fuel that we would to heat one pot, but we're heating 2 with it.
Damn flute look good, don't it?
I tell you what, it does look real
Right,
good.
it looks good.
It's a little more work to the furnace, but I can definitely see the advantage of this. Ready? Come on. All right. All right.
Damn thing's heavy, ain't it?
We're gonna take this rock right out of this creek, and we're gonna build our furnace with that. When these rock heats up, they're gonna hold a lot more heat than what a normal brick would. All right, here we go.
We got to brock this in. We got to get this completely airtight for those oil burners to work properly. If you leave any kind of gap at all, it'll cause almost a misfire, like a smoke, and you won't get the efficiency.
Well, fellas, that looks like a furnace to me.
It's looking good.
Yes, sir.
There you go.
Okay, we'll come off of 2 of these.
Right.
Where we got this coming in, we got 3-inch long pipes, and we're running them into one thumper. We didn't have but one branch worm, so we're doubling that. That's what Josh is working on now. It'll condense it a whole lot better, make the liquor run a whole lot cooler, won't put any back pressure on the stills. That's the plan. We gotta work on these wires. It looks good, man.
That's
Good
gonna
level.
look good, yeah.
Yeah, baby. Heat both of them at the same time.
That's sweet. We've got our oil burner going, heating this water up. It's one nice long flame right underneath both stills.
Now you're catching the same amount of fuel, but you're heating two.
And it just never crossed my mind to do it like this.
What I want to do is bring it to a good boil, and we'll throw that grain in there, let the baby cook for an hour, and then that's when the magic will happen. This recipe that I'm doing here, it takes so much grain. It is unbelievable. It's a trick to it.
I'll shut the burner down.
You got to get your water exactly right. You got to add the grain at a certain time. You got to know when to cover it over at a certain time. Then comes what we call sweetening it. What we're doing right here, you see all this grain? You see all that corn? And that's just the beginning. Once we get this cooked in, we're gonna sweeten it with a special malted barley blend. That's what's gonna end up with some of the best liquor that you'll ever stick your lips to. My family's been doing it for generations.
But this is carrying the heritage on. It's not only an old family recipe, but there's another part to this liquor that really makes it so good.
This is cornmeal, Hoss.
Okay, so it's a mixture.
Mixture.
It's the way that it's being made. Each of these grains have got to be layered in one at a time because this water will take on these flavors differently depending on what we put in first, second, third, whatever.
This malted barley. All right, here's a trick. You gotta put just the right amount. Yeah, stir it in real good, Kenny. All right, now, one more little magic trick.
Ah, oh, I see the secret ingredient. Wheat bran.
Don't say it too loud, man.
Yeah. Well, Henry gets a little crazy when it comes time to pitch the yeast. He says the mash goes to talking to him and he can hear it. And the only time it goes to talking to me is after we're done and I didn't drink about a half a quart.
What's that she say?
What'd it say? I'll be ready.
No, she said, Henry, put a jacket on me now.
It's starting to get cold in the evenings now. So we're covering it with insulation and then throwing a layer of black paper over top of that. This is the only way you can make liquor when your temperature starts getting down.
To do a mash bill like this, Kenny, after all these years,
Been a long time since I made anything like this, though.
unbelievable. It's been a great week, you know. We took all this time to make sure we got everything built right. Time to head on out, get a plan together. We'll be back in 4 or 5 days to run these babies.
I think we're done.
I think we're
what
done.
do you think, Henry?
I think we're done, son.
All right.